Though there are obviously exceptions, the ideal wrestler is supposed to be this huge, jacked dude capable of throwing around opponents like ragdolls. This usually means that smaller guys who are often faster, or guys that just don't have the perfect look, aren't exactly given a fair chance in the business. However, there is the odd superstar who breaks through and makes it to the top despite everything being stacked against them. These are the 5 most inspiring underdogs in WWE history. When you take a look at Chris Benoit's career, it's hard to deny his amazing journey to the top. Benoit had held titles in WCW, ECW, and even WWE, but he was never really favored when it came to becoming a top superstar. Benoit had a good career in WWE, and fans liked him for the most part, but he wouldn't get what he truly wanted, the World Heavyweight Championship. Year after year, Benoit was ignored until finally at WrestleMania 20, where Chris faced off against Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Contrary to almost everybody's expectations, Chris Benoit tapped out Triple H to win the championship. I'll never forget the raw emotion on display as he held the belt in his hands. Zack Ryder was originally an edgehead, but he's known by most for becoming WWE's first viral superstar, as in he became a hit with millions on the internet with his YouTube channel. Until this happened, Zack wasn't really up to all that much. However, with his legion of supporters, Zack would get pushed higher up the card and win the United States Championship. Among other accolades, he's also worked with some of the all-time greats like John Cena, Chris Jericho, and Kane. Unfortunately, Ryder has been stuck in the lower tier once again after getting himself over a few years back. Mick Foley is one of the most dedicated and hardest working wrestlers ever, but for most of his career, that only brought him more and more losses on his record. Mick endured some of the most brutal beatings wrestling has ever seen, such as when he lost his ear during a match or got thrown off the top of the 15-foot cell. Foley didn't have the look of a top superstar, or the personality either. In fact, he went through multiple drastically different personas before finally landing on Mankind. It was as Mankind that Foley would defeat The Rock, WWE's top dog, for the WWE Championship. His story truly shows that hard work eventually pays off. The exact opposite of Vince McMahon's ideal superstar, Rey Mysterio was likely never expected to become a main eventer. Standing at just 5'6", Mysterio used his agility and high-flying style to not only win his matches against much bigger superstars, but also to win over the hearts of fans. After years and years of being disregarded, Mysterio made his mark at WrestleMania 22, where he defeated Kurt Angle and Randy Orton to win the World Heavyweight title. Rey went from being dubbed the ultimate underdog to the smallest World Heavyweight Champion in WWE history. Bryan has the greatest underdog story of any wrestler I've ever seen. He was a small guy with an unimpressive physique and came from the indies. Simply put, nobody gave him a shot. He lost a ton of matches when he started out in WWE, and the company tried to bury Bryan after Sheamus defeated him in 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28. WWE's higher-ups didn't like him, especially not as the face of the company, but Bryan would persevere. An immense amount of fan support helped Bryan climb the ranks of WWE, and eventually, Bryan would headline WrestleMania 30 and win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a moment that will never be forgotten. And those are the 5 most inspiring underdogs in WWE history, in my opinion of course. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more wrestling content. Do you have anybody else to add to this list? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.